Hey guys, I'm Marissa and I'm here with the twins.
Hi.
You may recognize us from our YouTube channel, RissRoseDos, and we are so excited to be here with Cool School's Story Circle. Today we're going to be reading Thumbelina. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get started. Once upon a time, a mother had not one, but two baby girls. Twins! Except you'd never know that they were twins by looking at them. One girl was the usual size of a little baby. She fit into all her onesies, her crib was just right, and she drank the expected amount of milk from her bottle. But her twin sister was, well, a little small. Uh-oh, where is she? There she is. See? Her name was Thumbelina, and she was no bigger than your pinky nail. She wore a small snip of ribbon as a dress, and she slept in a walnut shell with a single rose petal as a blanket, and her favorite plaything was a Scotty dog piece from Monopoly. Despite their difference in size, she and her twin sister Maggie grew up to be just like two peas in a pod. Well, one regular pea and one super extra tiny one. Maggie loved Thumbelina tremendously and promised that she would always protect her. Thumbelina was so tiny, she would get lost all the time, and that could be so dangerous. One time she fell into a bag of marshmallows and her grandpa almost ate her.
Sorry.
But it probably would have been okay because he didn't have any teeth. Another time, Thumbelina had been riding safely in Maggie's pocket when Maggie forgot all about her, found a quarter on the ground, and just dropped it into her pocket, right onto Thumbelina.
Hey, watch it!
There was one adventure that was the wildest of all. One time Maggie brought Thumbelina along with her to walk their dog Narlo. Narlo was very well behaved, except when someone on a skateboard rode by. There was just something about skateboards that made him crazy. And wouldn't you know it, right on cue, bad boy Dan Markowitz was barreling towards them on his skateboard. Narlo started running after Dan, barking and jumping. Thumbelina couldn't hold on and she went flying up into the air. She landed safely. On Dan's skateboard, they were whooshing along so fast she could barely hang on. Then he hit a bump and she went sailing through the air until she landed safely on the wing of a bird, a beautiful blue jay. She held on super tight and looked down at everything. The world looked so small from up there. It looked like it was just her size. The blue jay landed in his nest and Thumbelina hopped off. Mr. Blue Jay sure was surprised to see her. He told Thumbelina she was the prettiest bird he'd ever seen and asked if she could stay and be his wife.
Thanks, but no thanks. I have to go find my sister.
And before he could say anything, she jumped onto a squirrel's back and rode away. The squirrel jumped from tree to tree to tree. It was like being on a roller coaster. Finally, he stopped to gather some acorns and Thumbelina jumped off and yelled,
Thanks for the ride. Hey, I didn't know you were there. I could use a squirrely girl like you to help me gather food for the winter. Will you stay with me? Ugh, no way. I don't even like acorns.
Before he could say anything, she snapped a leaf off the tree and used it to parasol down to the ground. She landed right next to the family of field mice. The baby mice were so cute. They were singing a mouse song about cheese and peanut butter.
I like peanut butter, I like cheese. Sometimes when you eat it fast, it'll make you sneeze.
Thumbelina giggled and thought it was the sweetest thing she had ever heard. They asked Thumbelina if she could stay and help them find more cheese. Surely she had a good cheese connection. She patted them each on the head and said,
You're so cute, but I gotta go. Maybe ask a cow.
She looked all around for Maggie. How could she ever find her? She yelled, Maggie! But her voice was so tiny it sounded like this.
Thumbelina!
Thumbelina tried to call out again, but Maggie couldn't possibly hear her. The sound Thumbelina's shouts made were just too tiny and too high-pitched, just like a dog whistle, which is why Narlo's ears suddenly pricked up. Narlo could hear her. Narlo began to look for Thumbelina, sniffing and poking around in the grass, which frightened the baby field mice.
Eek! She went that way.
Narlo sniffed and snorted his way toward Thumbelina, and when he found her, he was so happy he gave her a giant slobbery puppy lick. But Thumbelina didn't care. She was just so happy to be rescued. Thumbelina and Maggie cheered and hugged, well, in their own way. Thumbelina told her sister about her adventure, the flying around, the danger, and all the little animals that wanted her to stay, and how she told them,
No way! I just had to get back to my best friend in the whole world. my sister.
And so, the two sisters were reunited safely, and they remained best friends forever and ever. The end. So what do you think about the Thumbelina story?
Yeah, it was awesome. I liked it. It was one of the best stories ever.
Yay! Click over there to see the whole Story Circle playlist at Cool School. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye!
Today we're going to read The Frog Prince. Are you ready? She held the ball high above her head, and as she dropped it, she yelled,
I wish I had a friend.
The ball splashed into the fountain, and a big wet frog jumped out.
Ah! You scared me, frog.
You scared me.